TV, brother. You better turn your radio, man.
So what do you think about these Black Lives Matter that they want to be paid for being what is it, slaves and all that?
Liberation.
Yeah, there.
Are you talking about? Well, I heard they passed in North Carolina.
Yes.
But it was
What?
It was a small little town in North Carolina that passed reparations for whoever's over there. I'm sure they'll try to do something out here in California. I think they already actually got a little board going that they're going to start looking into it. So
yeah, and that's when we, the Raza, need to step up, protest, and I'm talking major, and turn around and tell them, no, nobody get reparations until the Native Americans and the Mexicans get ours first. We've been going through this crap a lot longer, so I don't want to hear it. Because it's not fair, dog. How are you going to give a bunch of money to a specific group, dog? This is the United States, a melting pot. How are you going to give it to a specific group?
Because right now they've got the white people with so much guilt. It was your parents.
Hey, Shalom, it's your brother Yawanathan, alright? First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakah I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom to all the brothers, of course, to you sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses, alright? In our time, man, you got the southern and the northern kingdom of Israel both pleading their case to be restored. And restored by who? They're going to be restored by the white man and not Yahawashi, Yahawashi. LD Yashawamba made a video a few days ago talking about how the only way our nation is going to be restored is under Yahawashi. He has to be the main ingredient for us to be restored as a people. But only a small portion of all of the tribes are going to return unto the Lord in righteousness. And those are going to be the only people who are even able to see the big picture. Yahawashi is going to be the one that comes back with healing in his wings. We're not going to, you're not going to get reparations, speaking to the Southern Kingdom, on a large scale. Okay? The Northern Kingdom, you're not going to get reparations on a large scale. The biggest reparations you're going to get is the reservations, the casinos. That's it. And even with that, Esau has his hands in those things as well. We are not going to get healing here on this side. And when you go into the scriptures, the Lord makes it known that he's going to be the one to redeem us. Okay, that's a part of the curses. That's one of the first precepts you learn when you come into this truth. Deuteronomy 28:68. And no man shall buy you, meaning to redeem or get you out of this situation. The Lord is going to be the one to deliver us. Okay, he's going to be the one that gets the credit. Now, this argument, even in itself, is testament to who the tribes are, okay? Because everywhere you go in Babylon the Great, you're going to have northern and southern kingdom inhabiting particular parts of towns, inhabiting the ghettos. If you know what the word ghetto means. Ghetto is a word, when you look it up, it means the dwelling place of the Jews. So, people call where we stay the ghettos is really ironic and poetic. Because, in the spirit, that is where we dwell. Now, the scriptures say, Judah shall no longer vex Ephraim. Let me actually go get it. Alright, so Isaiah 11, and we'll start at verse 12, alright? And it says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, because we were scattered into every nation under heaven. All right, but in the last days, all 12 tribes will be oppressed together. Okay? So here in Babylon the Great, you can clearly see all of the tribes are here within this landmass, and we're oppressed together. Okay? Verse 12 again from the top. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall not depart. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Now check it out. In both of those cases, in the case of Ephraim being jealous of Judah, and the case of Judah not vexing Ephraim. Either way, Judah ain't really too much thinking about Ephraim. He ain't thinking about the northern kingdom. And you see that playing out with all these protests. Jake ain't really concerned. You know, it's like doing their own thing. You know, hey, it is what it is. And most Jake don't even realize that the northern kingdom has this disdain for them. There's this huge undercurrent of like, oh, niggas that, you know. Then the Issachar got that saying, "Clean the race." When they talking to their daughters, oh, don't be with a black guy. We gotta clean our race. We gotta make better the race. And they're basically encouraging their daughters to be with white men. That's the thing. All right, but the elect of the northern kingdom, they're not gonna be on that time. Okay. So again, man, the only way our people are gonna be on one accord, upright, hand in hand, is going to be under the banner of Yahawashi, under the sun. Okay, so, you know, you see these shorts, you see these reels, you see these people on these podcasts, you know, making their cases, all pleading to have a better station within Esau society. They don't get the big picture. They don't understand that we're seeking the new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth the righteousness. Okay, we're going to have dominion and rulership over the earth and the people in it. And we're going to be one family, again, the family of the heavens, the princes of the power. But there's a lot of our people who got to perish on this side because of that lack of knowledge, man. And that lack of willingness to be obedient to the Lord's will in righteousness. They're being obedient to the Lord's will in wickedness. They're allotted to destruction. But their judgment has to play out. People like this, man, who are so attached to being a Mexican, being a Colombian, being a Dominican, being a Brazilian, being a black man, then being a Jamaican man instead of being Benjamin. They're going to be destroyed here. Even people that know they're Israelites, there's going to be much of our people that know they're Israelites and they're going to be destroyed because they're not walking in the fullness of the truth. Okay? Because they try to make what the Lord has given us, these riches, they try to make it palatable to those in the world, and that's not what that's not what we're commanded to do with the gift that we've been given. All right, so you're gonna see more of this. It's gonna be tension escalating. And Esau wants this. He wants the tribes to be divided. But the elect, again, are not gonna be divided. Like it says in 1 Corinthians 1:10, they're all going to speak the same thing. They're going to be on one accord. They're going to be in the same spirit. They're going to be singing a new song. And they're going to have no guile in their speech. So, you know, everything's playing out exactly how it's supposed to. And then the Issacharite, at the end of towards the end of the clip, talked about it's not fair. One group of people shouldn't be getting, you know, this, you know, reparations. This is America. He sees himself as an American. He sees himself as a Mexican American, and we're supposed to be he's a damn patriot. and that's something to be mocked if you're new, because the Lord is against America. He's against all countries of war, evil, and pestilence, like it talks about in Jeremiah 28:8. And America embodies all of those things to the furthest extent. Plus, again, it is prophesied to be burned by fire on the Lord's decree. So somebody who's identifying themselves as an American, who's attaching themselves to this nation, which is, you know, ruled by the enemy. This whole society is ruled by the enemy, right? And after he's taken out of power, it's going to be a new age, all right? But if you're attaching yourself to this place, you've basically chose your side. In the book of James, it talks about being a friend of the world is enmity with God. You're choosing to be an enemy of the Lord. So you're going to be left here and melted. Okay? Then after he made the statement, one group of people shouldn't be getting what the small hats are getting it. You got a problem with that? But I'm guarantee he doesn't have a problem with that, because the programming here in Babylon, the Great, is to, hey, yeah, those people, yeah, I'm pro-Israel. They have a right to defend themselves. Nobody calls him out. Because in order for you to be considered a good person, technically, in the West, you got to be down with that relationship that America has with Israel. Which is again, that's against the Lord. Those people are masquerading as the family of the heavens, and they're doing much wickedness under the guise of being the family of the heavens. Running the name of the chosen family through the mud. So what you're going to see is you're going to see more and more of our people scrambling and fighting and trying to justify their case for why we should be treated better here in Babylon the Great, why we should have a piece of the pie. When the Lord is going to give us the whole goddamn bakery, man. But they're not going to get that. And what you're also going to see is people who know that they're Israelites getting wrapped up in these talking points. Getting wrapped up in also trying to establish something here on this side. Knowing good and damn well that the Lord has nothing to... This place is going to be burnt to a crisp. Like it talks about in 2 Peter 3, right? Knowing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought to be in all holy conversation and godliness. Okay? We should be focused on what? World War III playing out. Oh, the MOTB system is getting ready to be implemented there. They're moving things in place. They're using these riots, okay, to push Palantir into legislation. Palantir, the CIA company, front company, that gathers information on all the citizens. And then with that, they'll use it to say, hey man, we need a digital ID. People should have a social ID, and to usher in that system. Everything is to forward that complete control that the wicked is seeking. But in order to be in the spirit, to pay attention to prophecy, you got to have a relationship with Yahawashi. All right? Because to be in the spirit of Yahawashi is to be in the spirit of prophecy. That's Revelation 19 and 10. And again, there's a lot of people who know they're Israelites, but they're not prophets. So Abaratazah, I'm a part of that number of being a prophet. But the prophets are going to continue to do their job regardless of the distractions. And this devil's going to continue to lay it on thicker and thicker and thicker, the distractions I'm speaking of. But if you've been blessed with the eye salve, you're going to be able to see through the deception. So Abaratazah, man, the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rakah HaKodash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.